Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to NXT. I am your host and commentator, Nick. We are here in Pensacola, Florida, here at NXT on the gold-yellow brand. It is the official Takeover in Your House Go-Home show. Takeover in Your House is the first NXT pay-per-view of the series, and it happens for NXT. But that's at the pay-per-view event. Tonight, Brian Kendrick goes one-on-one with Mark Andrews in a number one contenders match. The winner will receive a Cruiserweight Championship match at NXT Takeover in Your House with the Cruiserweight Champion, Kalisto. Also, after his absence last week, North American Champion Matt Riddle, he is back in the building here tonight, and he teams up with the Velveteen Dream, and those two will go head-to-head and take on the new pairing of Chad Gable and Baron Corbin. Corbin and Gable have become friends over the last couple weeks, and tonight these two teams will go head-to-head in an In Your House preview. Corbin and Gable versus Dream and Riddle tonight. All that and more tonight. But to kick off the show, folks, two psychopaths will go head-to-head. Moxley has Bo Dallas at a hardcore match at Takeover in Your House, but tonight he must get past another psychopath in Eric Young. That match is up next. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for some singles competition and some singles action. It's time to see Eric Young in action. Eric Young might just be as crazy, if not more crazy, than Jon Moxley. This guy, Eric Young, is a psychopath. He hasn't had too much on his resume for the WWE thus far, but he is the former leader of Sanity.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Nashville, Tennessee, weighing in at 232 pounds, Eric Young!
You know, like I said, Eric Young doesn't have too much on his resume for the WWE, especially coming here in NXT, but he does have an impressive career ahead of him, and behind him actually, because he was very dominant in other promotions like Impact Wrestling, and hopefully he brings that fire and intensity that he had in Impact Wrestling, and you can kind of tell that he did. I mean, this guy is out of his mind. He may be as crazy as Jon Moxley, so it's really the perfect matchup here tonight. But if Eric Young can somehow pull out the victory and get a win over Moxley, you knowing that Moxley needs some momentum going into Takeover in Your House when he faces Bo Dallas in a hardcore match, which by the way is supposed to be the first hardcore match in the WWE in years. If Eric Young can get a victory over Moxley, then that would be a lot to say, and that would be something to put on his resume, and maybe considering for future NXT contentionship for any titles or something. You know, it really makes one wonder. It's time to see the second psychopath of the night. Jon Moxley returned 2 weeks ago to the WWE, and he's here to inflict damage, ladies and gentlemen.
And his opponent from Cincinnati, Ohio, weighing in at 223 pounds, Jon Moxley.
Moxley is back in the WWE, ladies and gentlemen. He returned 2 weeks ago. He defeated No Way Jose, but then all of a sudden Bo Dallas would come out, and he would start assaulting No Way Jose, because Bo Dallas has been going crazy, attacking people left and right over the past couple weeks. Moxley couldn't sit back. Moxley did not want to stand back and watch Bo Dallas beat the hell out of a poor No Way Jose. And I'll be honest, and Moxley going right after Young. The match is technically not started. It's outside the ring. Moxley is not a happy man tonight. He was assaulted by Bo Dallas last week and put through a table. Moxley is not in a good mood, ladies and gentlemen. He's going right after Eric Young, and they're battling outside the ring, going all around the ring, throwing Eric Young into the barricade. Moxley beating the hell out of Young. These two psychopaths are going one-on-one. Moxley now showboating to the crowd. Moxley is not a happy man tonight, ladies and gentlemen. He is angry. He's in a bad mood for what Bo Dallas did to him 2 weeks ago and last week. Last week he came out and said, and he officially challenged Bo Dallas to a hardcore match, and Bo Dallas has accepted. It'll be the first hardcore match in the WWE in years, ladies and gentlemen. And when I say hardcore, I mean these two are literally gonna get hardcore in their matchup. Oh, but Eric Young now on the offense, and he drives Moxley, my goodness, into the steel barricade. And that barricade may have covers, but it still feels really, really bad on the back, ladies and gentlemen. Moxley and Young are still battling on the outside. Oh, and he drives Moxley right into the steel steps. Eric Young is just as sick, twisted, and sadistic as Moxley. Young, of course, is the leader, the former leader of Sanity. And Sanity, unfortunately, disbanded a couple of years ago. But Young, right now, is trying to find his stride and try to swim in the ocean with the big fishes and be alone as a single star. And so far is decent. He's in a match with Moxley, and this match officially begins, ladies and gentlemen. And now Young pounding away at the face of Moxley. Young and Moxley are beating the hell out of each other right now. And now Young, but Moxley chops the head of Young. Moxley desperately needs a win tonight against Young. Moxley needs a whole lot of momentum after last week's table assault and for the match at Takeover in your house. It's going to be a brutal, crazy fight, ladies and gentlemen. It's not going to be your ordinary match. It is going to literally be a hardcore match. You can think back to your old ECW style matches. That's what we're talking about. Oh, and a running clothesline into the corner as Moxley runs at Young. And now Moxley punching the skull of Young. Moxley's on the offensive end now. Moxley returned to WWE 2 weeks ago. He's back. He officially signed a contract with the yellow gold and black brand. Moxley said when he was asked why he signed with NXT, when the fans asked him why that he signed with NXT, Moxley said simply, why not? Moxley sees the most opportunity in the black and gold brand. But now Young Irish whips Moxley into the corner. Oh, Young with a punch to the face. The former leader of Sanity on the offense. Oh, but Moxley counters. Moxley with a striking combo. Moxley, pounding away at Young. Moxley's going crazy right now. Moxley, of course, was a member of the Shield a couple years back as Dean Ambrose. His alter ego, he now goes under John Moxley permanently, ladies and gentlemen. But he does have the same sadistic tendencies as Ambrose that Ambrose did. Still has that history that Ambrose did. And now, Moxley with a running clothesline once again to the back this time of Eric Young. Eric Young ducks, and a huge kick to the side. Takeover in your house is the first official pay-per-view. Running forearm smash of the series for NXT, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, for the series in general. Yes, we're on SmackDown at Backlash, but the first official pay-per-view will be Takeover in your house, ladies and gentlemen. Then we will be having Backlash. Backlash is presented by Raw and SmackDown, while NXT Takeover is, of course, represented by NXT. But Moxley drops Young on the neck of the roast. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, you guys are not going to want to miss these pay-per-view events, as Eric Young with a huge neck breaker to Moxley. You guys aren't going to want to miss it, so please subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications for these pay-per-views. And now, Young with a huge DDT. These two are beating the hell out of each other, ladies and gentlemen. And now Young once again pounding and punching away at the skull of Moxley. And a stop to the gut. Eric Young now, as Moxley stunned, goes for a chop, but Moxley ducks and dodges. Moxley with a kick to the stomach. Moxley with a furious strikes once again. But Young counters this time. Back and forth right now. Moxley chops away. A chop. A punch. Oh, Young. Oh, counters. This back and forth combo strikes between these two psychopaths, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and an elbow smash. Moxley now is throwing Eric Young through the second rope. What could Moxley be thinking here? Moxley might be going high risk. Moxley has a crazed look in his eye, ladies and gentlemen. Will we see this look at Takeover in your house? Moxley off the ropes. Moxley! Oh my goodness! A suicide dive through the ropes by Moxley. And he takes him and Young out. And outside the ring once again. Moxley loves being outside with all the weapons and stuff. That will be completely legal at Takeover in your house. But now, back in the ring, Moxley now beating the hell out of Eric Young. Punching away at the skull of Young. And now Moxley stalking his prey. Moxley, of course, getting ready for this fight. And now Moxley is attacking Young once again. And Moxley, oh, working on the leg and the limbs of Eric Young, the former leader of Sanity. And now Moxley, oh, blocked by Young. Eric Young now, oh, and a huge clothesline by Eric Young. Eric Young's on the offensive end now, ladies and gentlemen. And now Eric Young, oh, a punch in the face. Eric Young now with a running Luthez press. Eric Young is on fire right now. Eric Young now stalking his prey. Young now wrapping up Moxley's limbs now. And now Young puts his boot on the back of the neck and slams Moxley face first into the mat. And now Young, Irish whip into the corner. Young now, punch to the mouth. Oh, and a running forearm smash. Young is taking it to Moxley right now. It is Eric Young who's on the offensive end now. And now Young picking up Moxley. Young got Moxley up, and he drops Moxley on the mat. Could Eric Young do it? That was one of Eric Young's signature moves. Eric Young now. Eric Young stalking Moxley once again. Walking around. Now Eric Young picks up Moxley. Eric Young trying to lift Moxley above his shoulders. But Moxley resisting. Moxley with a punch to the back. Oh, and a huge running clothesline to Eric Young. Moxley now going to the corner. Oh no. Now Moxley setting up. John Moxley runs at him. Oh, running knee lift to Young. A brutal running knee lift. And now Moxley is setting up. Could Moxley be thinking here? I think Moxley could be looking for it. Moxley could be looking. He's got Eric Young up. Moxley paradigm shift. Moxley with the paradigm shift. Can he get it? And yes, Moxley does it with the paradigm shift. What momentum has Moxley just gained going into the hardcore match? What a crazy match between these psychopaths, and what a crazy show opener. As you see, Young had some moves in his offense, but in the end, it was Moxley who would come out victorious with the paradigm shift, and he's just gained a ton of momentum going into the hardcore match against Bo Dallas at Takeover in your house. It is going to be insane. And wait a minute, where did Bo Dallas come from? Bo Dallas just went low with the low blow. Bo Dallas just kicked Moxley below the belt, and now Bo Dallas is going crazy once again. Oh no, where's Bo Dallas going? Is he really thinking like he was thinking last week? Oh no, Bo Dallas once again. He's got a table out again. Bo Dallas did this last week, and now Dallas with a punch to the face. And the referee cannot stop Dallas. Dallas has been going crazy mental the past couple weeks, and tonight is no different as he assaults Moxley after the bell, after his win. And now Dallas has Moxley. What is Dallas thinking here? And now Dallas, oh my gosh! A choke slam through the table. Bo Dallas with a choke slam through the table. Who is going to walk out of Takeover in your house? The winner when Moxley and Dallas go one-on-one in a hardcore match. ladies and gentlemen, Natalya's just accepted the challenge for Io Shirai. The match is on, ladies and gentlemen, but we gotta move on. Right now it's time to see Brian Kendrick in action.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, weighing in at 174 pounds, Brian Kendrick.
It was 4 weeks ago on the season premiere NXT. That episode was amazing. And in the main event, we saw Brian Kendrick and Kalisto tear the house down for the NXT Cruiserweight title, and it was in the main event. It was on the main stage here in NXT, and those two did not disappoint. What a match. It's time to see Mark Andrews in action, and it's also time for some one-on-one action, ladies and gentlemen. This is a #1 contenders match.
And his opponent from Cardiff, Wales, weighing in at 147 pounds, Mark Andrews.
You know, last week when there was that confrontation backstage between Kalisto, Kendrick, and Andrews, Kendrick said and voiced his opinions and made it known Kendrick believes that he and Kalisto could and should be the two to tear the house down at Takeover in Your House. Kendrick said he wants to do it again even though he lost, but that was exactly Mark Andrews' point. Kendrick lost, therefore Kendrick should get to the back of the line. Andrews believes that Kalisto deserves a new #1 contender, and these two, Mark Andrews and Brian Kendrick, are about to settle it and find out who deserves and who is the rightful #1 contender for the NXT Cruiserweight title. We will see who is that caliber guy. The bell sounds off, ladies and gentlemen, as this crowd is ecstatic as they are chanting NXT, or were chanting NXT, but these two now, Kendrick and Andrews, locking up. And now Kendrick has a headlock locked in to start the matchup. Huge Takeover in Your House implications here. Whoever wins this match receives a Cruiserweight Championship match opportunity and for the Cruiserweight title, the NXT Cruiserweight title, against Kalisto at Takeover in Your House, which again, ladies and gentlemen, the first pay-per-view event of the series and the first pay-per-view event of NXT. And it is NXT specific, NXT oriented, not Raw or SmackDown. They have Backlash. But now Andrews off the ropes. Oh, and they bump into each other. And now Andrews now leapfrogs over Kendrick. Now a baseball slide. And now, oh, Andrews catches with a jumping DDT. And you know, this one's going to be pretty fast-paced, ladies and gentlemen. Kendrick and Mark Andrews, two of the best cruiserweights here in the NXT Cruiserweight division. And Kendrick with a big boot right across the mouth and face of Andrews. Kendrick believes that Mark Andrews should get to the end of the line. Kendrick wants to blow and tear the house down with Kalisto for the Cruiserweight title again. But if he and Kalisto are going to do it once again, Kendrick is going to have to get past one hungry, championship-oriented Mark Andrews. Kendrick, though, attacking Andrews really carefully and aggressively. And now Kendrick, oh, the running kick to the mouth in the corner. Andrews now with that forearm smash across the mouth. Andrews with an Irish whip. Oh, and a double knee strike. Takes Kendrick down. Andrews and Kendrick out the gate. Andrews with a huge Hurricane Rana. The acrobatic ability of these cruiserweights, ladies and gentlemen. Don't underestimate the cruiserweights. Andrews off the ropes. Oh, and a huge kick to Kendrick. And now, oh, a standing moonsault. You know Kalisto, the NXT Cruiserweight Champion, is watching very, very closely. I mean, he orchestrated for those matches to happen last week. He spoke to the NXT General Manager, Shawn Michaels, and that helped make this match official. Oh, so Kalisto was just playing fair in this situation right here. But you know Kendrick and Andrews, based off last week, can't stand each other, because both of them want the same thing. A title opportunity for the NXT Cruiserweight title, as Kendrick and Andrews battling in the corner. Andrews now with a chop to the chest. Andrew, oh, but Kendrick blocks with a chop of his own. Kendrick Irish whip in the corner. Kendrick Now, off the second ropes. Oh, and a diving crossbody off the second rope. Impressive acrobatic ability by Brian Kendrick. But now Mark Andrews, with a head scissor takedown. Andrews on fire, but this is a pretty good back and forth contest so far, ladies and gentlemen. Andrews now pops Kendrick in the jaw. Now Andrews, oh my gosh! A DDT off the apron by Mark Andrews sends them both to the outside. The damage Kendrick has just taken into the barricade, but now Kendrick counters with a kick to the gut. Kendrick and Andrews battling on the outside now. Now Kendrick sets up Andrews. Oh, the barricade. Oh, and a big boot across the skull of Andrews. So much to gain and so much to lose in this matchup here, ladies and gentlemen. Kendrick now brings Andrews back into the ring. And now Kendrick toying with the audience. The Brian Kendrick, ladies and gentlemen. And oh, another big boot into the skull. The side of the skull of Mark Andrews. And now, Andrews counters. Andrew with multiple kicks into the shin of Brian Kendrick. Brian Kendrick, of course, ever since the Cruiserweight division was brought back several years ago, has been the cornerstone, the centerpiece of the Cruiserweight division. I mean, truly, he's been Cruiserweight champion before, and he wants to be once again. But a young, hungry Mark Andrews may have something to say about that. As Mark Andrews on the offensive end keeps popping Kendrick in the jaw, and Andrews the clothesline over the top rope. Andrews looking to go high risk. Andrews off the rope. Andrews, corkscrew crossbody over the top rope. Andrews is going crazy. Andrews is on the offensive end and is going crazy. Andrews with a punch into the back. Andrews getting more aggressive on Kendrick. But now Kendrick fighting back on the outside, and once again, drives Andrews right into the steel steps. Just straight cuts off the momentum of Andrews. Kendrick just cut off that momentum. And now Kendrick is on the offensive end, on the upper hand. Now dragging Andrews back into the ring. Insane so far, ladies and gentlemen. Very back and forth. But now Kendrick might be on the offensive end. And rakes the back of Mark Andrews. Come on, keep it clean. Keep it clean, Kendrick. Andrews with the reversal. And now Andrews with that stunner. Andrews, very known for his versions of the stunner. And now, another head scissor takedown by Andrews. Andrews has been very heavily going after Kendrick in this matchup. And now Andrews twisting the arm, bending the arm of Kendrick. What a matchup so far, ladies and gentlemen. This is a fast-paced, hard-hitting contest between two of the best cruiserweights in the NXT Cruiserweight division. And now Andrews sets up, trying to get Kendrick on the top rope here. What is Andrews thinking here? And now, Kendrick reverses. But now Kendrick, he's down off the top rope. And a missile drop kick. A huge missile drop kick off the top rope by the Brian Kendrick. Now Brian Kendrick with an Irish whip into the other corner. And now Andrews with a counter. Andrews now once again looking to set Kendrick up on that top rope. What can Andrews be thinking here? Pops Kendrick in the jaw. And now Mark Andrews with a huge maneuver. Mark Andrews, oh my gosh! A huge Hurricane Rana from the top rope. Can that be it? Can Mark Andrews get the 3 count? And no, he doesn't. Kendrick kicks out. A huge top rope Hurricane Rana, ladies and gentlemen. What a matchup so far. Hope you guys are enjoying. I sure am. And now Andrews, though, still on the offense, assaulting the limbs of Kendrick. Andrews with some big moves here. Maybe he's right. Maybe he is a worthy number contender. Maybe he is. Who knows? But Kendrick might have something to say about that, I'm sure. And a huge super kick into the mouth of Andrews. Of course Kendrick has something to say about that. He wants a second chance at Kalisto. He's very upset. I mean, it's tough when you lose on one of the biggest stages. And that was, in this case, the season premiere week and season premiere episode of NXT. In the main event, nonetheless. The Cruiserweights don't really get too much love like that. But don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. We got y'all here in the WWE. especially NXT General Manager Shawn Michaels. He saw something in these cruiserweights and figured that they are main event caliber. Here in the WWE, here in Universe Mode, ladies and gentlemen, anyone is main event caliber. But now, Andrews and Kendrick going at it, and once again, another version of the stunner by Mark Andrews. He loves using that stunner to his mobility and momentum. And now, off the ropes, and a huge hurricane rana by Andrews. Andrews going crazy right now, chop. But Kendrick returns with a receipt of his own. And enziguri by Kendrick. Kendrick going crazy now. Kendrick now, and drops Andrews face first on the mat. These two are just straight going at it, ladies and gentlemen. Kendrick now, with a headbutt. Kendrick with a kick. Now Kendrick taking the fight to Andrews in the corner. Just stomping and blocking the breathing pathways of Mark Andrews. Kendrick now, and rakes the eyes with the boots. Kendrick is playing a little dirty here so far, and the ref just seems to be letting it slide. But now Kendrick has Andrews, and now runs at Andrews, once again with that kick to the mouth with the running kick lift. And now Kendrick gets up Andrews. What a match so far, ladies and gentlemen. Andrews with the beautiful counter. And Andrews with another double knee strike. Andrews and Kendrick going straight back and forth in this matchup. And a jumping DDT by Mark Andrews. Andrews going insane, going ballistic. Andrews now with chops. Kendrick now with the chop. Going back and forth in a headbutt. Kendrick and Andrews. Kendrick now with a snapmare. And now, oh my goodness, now Kendrick is bending the limbs. Bending the limbs of Mark Andrews. That is not a healthy position for the human body, ladies and gentlemen. Brian Kendrick just keeps gripping a weird tight grip on the arms of Mark Andrews. And Mark Andrews trying to fight out of it. Mark Andrews, this kid has fight. Mark Andrews now off the ropes. And once again, and a double knee foot stomp on the sternum of Kendrick. And now, standing moonsault. These two are pulling out all the stops because there's a cruiserweight title opportunity on the line. And now, Mark Andrews on the top rope, calling for Kendrick to get up. Mark Andrews wants to go crazy. And a missile drop kick of his own. A missile drop kick. And now, Mark Andrews on the apron gets up. And a beautiful shooting star press off the top rope. A beautiful shooting star press by Andrews, ladies and gentlemen. Truly beautiful. And now, once again, with the head scissors, and now spins him. And drops Kendrick. Flips Kendrick over. Andrews going crazy. And a chop. Another chop. Kendrick. Kendrick, with a huge headbutt. Kendrick had a receipt for that one. Kendrick has a lot of receipts for Andrews in this match. Both equally matched pretty much. And now Kendrick, he got Andrews up. Kendrick, sliced bread number 2. Sliced bread number 2 to Andrews. Can Kendrick capitalize on this? Kendrick now setting up for Captain's Hook. Can Kendrick get Captain's Hook? He's going for Captain's Hook, but Mark Andrews counters. Mark Andrews with a running Hurricane Rana. Andrews was lucky enough to get out of the Captain's Hook before Kendrick could put it on. And now, standing corkscrew senton by Mark Andrews. And now Andrews is setting up after that standing corkscrew senton. Now Andrews setting up. But now Kendrick counters. And now Kendrick with a drop toe hold. Kendrick counters. And now, once again into the corner. Could Kendrick be thinking here? Once again Kendrick setting up. Kendrick, another sliced bread number 2 to Mark Andrews. And now, once again, no, Andrews once again with a counter. He's got a receipt for that Captain's Hook every single time. And now, Andrews once again with a spinning head scissor. And dropped Kendrick. What a bout, ladies and gentlemen. Just constant back and forth encounters. And now Andrews picking up Kendrick. Andrews going insane here. Oh, and a drop kick by Andrews. Andrews and Kendrick both have a receipt for everything they've been doing in this match so far. And I'll pop into the jaw of Kendrick. Andrews now. Oh, the kick. And another kick. But Kendrick blocks it. Kendrick now. Oh, take Andrews down. And now Kendrick once again gets Andrews up. Oh, and a huge step up into Guri. Can Kendrick capitalize though? Oh, but Mark Andrews counters. Mark Andrews now. Mark Andrews. Stun Dog Millionaire. The Stun Dog Millionaire by Mark Andrews. What a move. And now Andrews looking to capitalize. Setting up. What could he be thinking here? He wants Kendrick up. He's fired up. He's got that look in his eyes. And now Mark Andrews has him up. Mark Andrews with the underhook pile driver. The underhook pile driver by Mark Andrews. What a maneuver. Could this be the finisher of the match? Can Mark Andrews done it? Can he do it? Yes, he does. Andrews defies the odds and is going to Takeover to face Kalisto. What a cruiserweight match between these two impressive cruiserweights, ladies and gentlemen. These two are two of the best cruiserweights in the division, and they just blew my mind, ladies and gentlemen. These two have just shown what the cruiserweights can do, but it is Mark Andrews who is going to take over in your house to challenge the cruiserweight champion, Kalisto. This could be a really good match, ladies and gentlemen. What a victory for this young man here tonight. Andrews victorious, and now we see where this takes us. Oh, it's Kalisto, the cruiserweight champion, who will walk out NXT Cruiserweight Champion, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for some tag team action. And it is time to see the new friendship.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. On the way to the ring, at a combined weight of 477 pounds, Baron Corbin and Chad Gable.
This new friendship between Chad Gable and Baron Corbin has truly started to develop over the past few weeks. It was 4 weeks ago, the season premiere episode of NXT, when Baron Corbin assaulted Matt Riddle after their matchup, and Chad Gable would come down to what we thought was a help to the North American champion Matt Riddle, but instead Chad Gable would turn his back and join the dark side and turn his back on the universe and on the North American champion. Gable and Riddle will face off for the North American title at Takeover in your house. It is time to see the North American champion, the original Bro, in action.
And their opponents, at a combined weight of 443 pounds, Matt Riddle and Velveteen Dream.
The North American champion, Matt Riddle, is back in the building, ladies and gentlemen, after his absence last week. He had to recover, because for the past 2 weeks, he's been getting beat down by Baron Corbin and Chad Gable, and he has now recruited the help of the Velveteen Dream. It'll be Corbin vs. Dream at Takeover in your house, and Riddle vs. Gable for the North American Championship. And tonight, you can just consider this a Takeover in your house preview. The bell sounds off, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go as Riddle goes straight after Corbin. Riddle has been taking this personally. Riddle wants payback on both Corbin and Gable. Corbin and Gable as much as they've been teaming up, and for however long they've been teaming up, which is the last 3 weeks, they have made Riddle's life a living hell, and Gable has assured that he will become the new North American Champion at Takeover in Your House. Riddle and Gable are going to have an epic battle at Takeover in Your House, and Corbin is going to meet Dream. But for now, it's Corbin and Riddle battling early on in this match as Riddle takes Corbin down. Corbin called himself the King. And now here we go, Riddle with a kick to the chest. And this is where I ask you, ladies and gentlemen, to please like, comment, subscribe if you're new. And please turn on those noties for Takeover in Your House and for Backlash. We still got SmackDown, but then we are moving on to the 2 pay-per-views. The first 2 pay-per-views of the series are going to be Takeover in Your House and Backlash. But Baron Corbin now with a huge backbreaker. Corbin and Gable have become a very powerful duo in NXT so far. The last 3 weeks, they've made Riddle's life a living hell here on NXT. And Velveteen Dream, well, Velveteen Dream said 3 weeks ago he doesn't approve of Corbin's behavior. Basically, he thinks Corbin has manipulated Gable, but Gable thinks he's doing so much better with Corbin on his side, and you can make the argument for it. I mean, Gable does get a North American title shot, and now, speaking of Gable, Corbin has tagged him in. Gable's now the legal man, taunting in the face of Riddle, and now Riddle with a counter. Riddle and Gable, these two are going to meet at Takeover in Your House, but Gable reverses. And now, Gable and Riddle, oh, who do you got at Takeover in Your House, ladies and gentlemen? Who will walk out North American Champion? Chad Gable or Matt Riddle? Gable, oh, and lets and just pushes and just makes Riddle land awkwardly on the ropes. Basically hurts the neck. And now Riddle now, oh, and bounces Chad Gable right off the top rope. And now Riddle's on the offensive end now. This has become personal, ladies and gentlemen. And now Riddle with the punching combo. Riddle has that MMA background. And now Gable now. Oh, the kick to the arm. Oh, and a punch to the arm. Gable, of course, is a very good pro wrestler. He's very good when it comes to things like chain wrestling. And now, oh, Riddle with the back body drop. This is a huge star-studded tag team match, ladies and gentlemen. And now Velveteen Dream is in. Velveteen Dream has had a pretty decent couple of weeks here. He defeated EC3 last week. Corbin tried to assault Velveteen Dream after the match last week, but Dream was there to see it. Now Dream with a huge scoop slam to Chad Gable. And now Corbin wants Gable to get to him, but unfortunately for him, Dream is on the offensive end against Chad Gable. Oh, and Gable counters. Gable now on the offensive end of his own. Now Gable turns him around. Gable now and slams, oh, Velveteen Dream right on the mat. And all 4 of these guys will have something in some way to do with each other at Takeover in Your House. As Gable tags in Corbin. Excellent teamwork so far. Oh, and the big man with a drop kick. Excellent teamwork so far by Corbin and Gable. These two showing why they might just be the most dominant duo so far in NXT since they've joined forces. And now Corbin throws Dream into the corner. Now Corbin shoving his boot right into the throat of Velveteen Dream. And now Corbin with the knee strike into Velveteen Dream. And now Corbin on the offensive end now. Corbin, of course, has had a very interesting career so far in the WWE, being called down during the brand extension, going back down to NXT. I don't see it as a demotion, ladies and gentlemen, and Baron Corbin certainly didn't see it. Baron Corbin is one of the biggest stars in NXT right now, and he's one of the most hated men in wrestling today. But now Corbin with a huge suplex to Dream. A lot of fans legitimately don't like Corbin. And Corbin, that's understandable. He gets under people's skin sometimes. Right now, he's getting under the skin. And now, Velveteen Dream with the eyes right, but Corbin coming in. Oh, and a huge lariat. Corbin going out the ring, but then coming back in. And just levels Dream. And now the ref counting. Can Corbin get the win? And no, Dream kicks out at 2. Dream with the kick out at 2. And there's a lot of momentum on the line in this matchup, ladies and gentlemen. It's basically the champion and Velveteen Dream versus 2 challengers. And It's been an even matchup so far, but now Velveteen Dream running at Corbin with the Luthez press with a theory of strikes. Velveteen Dream now trying to go after Corbin, and now Velveteen Dream, with a huge leg drop. Velveteen Dream now tags in Matt Riddle. The North American Champion is in here. 4 weeks ago on the season premiere episode of NXT, Corbin and Riddle had a matchup to open the show. After the match, of course, Corbin, being the sore loser, and assaulted Matt Riddle afterwards, and that is where the events transpired, and Gable turned on him and the universe. But hey man, Gable has to do Gable at some point. But now Riddle, drops Corbin off the top rope. North American Champion is on the offensive end now, but Corbin now has Riddle up. Corbin, a huge Samoan drop. Baron Corbin now picks up Riddle, punch to the mouth. Baron Corbin, Irish whip into there, and a big boot, and whiffs Matt Riddle right in the face. And now Corbin with an Irish whip into the corner, tags in Gable. And once again that teamwork coming into play. Gable and Corbin, and a beautiful German suplex by Chad Gable. Gable now going crazy. Gable going crazy on the North American Champion. And now Gable with the Irish whip off the ropes of his own. And a huge arm drag. Chad Gable with a leg drop. And now chanting, showboating to the audience. Chad Gable and Baron Corbin just don't give a crap about the fans. And Chad Gable, you'd expect to be a guy that loves the fans. This is just disgusting what he's been doing the last couple weeks. I mean, Matt Riddle had to take a week off because of the injuries he suffered. I mean, he was just bruised up. 2 weeks ago, he took a German suplex and an end of days on the outside on that padding. And ladies and gentlemen, that doesn't feel good on the outside, I can tell you that much. But Chad Gable on the offensive end with a ton of momentum right now as he assaults and attacks the North American Champion Matt Riddle. But Riddle counters, and a huge knee strike into the face. And he clocks Chad Gable on the temple. And now Riddle, Irish whip into the corner. And now Velveteen Dream is the legal man. And what are they thinking here? And Riddle, oh my gosh! A Hurricane Run into the powerbomb. What a combo move, can they get it? No! Chad Gable kicked out, but it was okay if he didn't kick out because Corbin came in to break that up. But what a huge powerbomb Hurricane Rana combo, ladies and gentlemen. Impressive move. But now, Dream stuns Gable right off the top rope. Velveteen Dream has been pretty successful here in NXT so far. But now gets Gable up. And now, punch to the mouth, but no, Gable blocks it. And now, stunned against the ropes, Gable with a punch to the face. Gable got momentum now. Gable now with a snapmare. And a kick to the back. Gable now going. And Gable tags in. Baron Corbin is the legal man now. The King is once again the legal man in the match. King Corbin is on the offensive end right now. King Corbin believes, like he said 3 weeks ago, he believes that he's doing the right thing. He said to Velveteen Dream that Chad Gable is with the King of the Ring winner, and an Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal winner, and a former United States champion, and a former Money in the Bank contract winner. Not too shabby for a guy in the WWE. And Baron Corbin has not been in the WWE for too long. It's been under a decade, pretty much 3 to 5 years at this point. And Corbin has quite the accomplishments. So he thinks that Chad Gable being with him will bring Chad Gable to the promised land. And look where it's bringing him. You got a NXT North American Championship matchup. With Velveteen Dream with a clothesline. And now Dream stomp. And now Dream got Corbin up. Look at the strength of Dream right here. Dream showcasing. And a gut wrench suplex. Dream showcasing some of that strength here. And now, Dream and Corbin fighting back. But now, a combo of strikes by the Velveteen Dream. Corbin dodges though. Corbin with a knee strike. And now, he drops him. And he drops Dream right on back first onto the mat. Oh, and pops him right in the jaw. And now Corbin off the ropes. Oh, and pops Dream right in the side of the mouth. And now Corbin dragging Dream to the center of the ring. And now once again, Baron Corbin just keeps punching the head of Dream. Keeps punching the side of the head. And now off the ropes, Corbin. And now, drops Dream with the slam onto the mat. Now Baron Corbin, once again, and another pop in the right in the jaw, right in the side of the face. Corbin is just hurting the Dream's face. And now Corbin just manhandling Velveteen Dream right now. And now Corbin, with a choke bomb right onto the mat. Trying to choke out Velveteen Dream now. And a stomp to the gut. What a tag team match this has been thus far, ladies and gentlemen. As Baron Corbin digs his claws, his fingertips, right into the shoulder of the Dream. And now Corbin getting Dream up. Corbin now. But Dream counters. And Dream now with a huge DDT. What a counter by the Velveteen Dream. Velveteen Dream, with a knee strike right into the back. Velveteen Dream, of course, on the offensive end now. Velveteen Dream is back in the fight, ladies and gentlemen. And now, Velveteen Dream drops Corbin. My goodness. Drops Corbin. And now Velveteen Dream going to the top rope. What could he be thinking here? Velveteen Dream. Velveteen Dream. Off the top rope with the Purple Rainmaker. The Purple Rainmaker. Can Velveteen Dream pin him and get the win for his team? Will Riddle and Dream do it? And wait a minute, Gable is distracting the ref trying to get inside the ring. What's Gable doing here? Dexter Lumis! That's Dexter Lumis, and what's he doing? He's assaulting the North American Champion, Riddle! And he just dropped Riddle on the ground, on the concrete. And what is Dexter Lumis doing? Dexter Lumis now, and knocks out Velveteen Dream with, it looks to be a pair of headphones. He just knocked out Velveteen Dream with a pair of headphones. And now Lumis is running away. We haven't seen Lumis since a couple weeks ago. And end of days by Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin takes advantage. And now, are they going to get it? Yes, they do. Corbin and Gable have defeated these two.
Here are your winners, Chad Gable and Baron Corbin.
Ladies and gentlemen, we haven't seen Dexter Lumis since he lost to Sheamus 3 weeks ago. What did this mean? Why has Lumis sided with Gable and Corbin? Either way, Corbin and Gable have just gained momentum for Takeover in Your House. What's going to happen at Takeover in Your House? Will we see a new North American Champion? And what has Dexter Lumis done? What does this mean, ladies and gentlemen? Well, ladies and gentlemen, the first official NXT pay-per-view of the series and pay-per-view period of the series is NXT Takeover in Your House, NXT exclusive pay-per-view featuring matches like Matt Riddle vs. Chad Gable for the North American title, Shirai vs. Natalya for the NXT Women's title, Sheamus vs. Walter for the World title, and much more. You don't want to miss it. Well, speaking of Sheamus vs. Walter for the NXT World title, here comes the challenger for the NXT World title at Takeover in Your House, folks. This man right here, his name is Sheamus, and he earned the right a couple of weeks ago when he faced, actually, it's kind of insane when you think about it, that Dexter Lumis. He beat Dexter Lumis 3 weeks ago on NXT to earn the right to face Walter at Takeover in Your House. Then last week, for some reason, Sheamus assaulted Wade Barrett, who is a very important Imperium member, and Walter considers each of his Imperium members family. He legit thinks of Imperium members as family. By the way, about Dexter Lumis, I have no idea what's going through his mind. He just helped out Gable and Corbin. Maybe we'll find out within the next couple weeks about him. But back to Sheamus right here, ladies and gentlemen. Sheamus have proved for the last couple of weeks why he thinks he deserves to be the rightful #1 contender for the NXT World title, and it's actually a perfect dream match when you think about it. You have a guy like Walter, who's the NXT World Champion, and then you have a guy with the height of Sheamus' magnitude, because Sheamus, of course, if you didn't know, was moved over to NXT during the draft extension and is one of the biggest stars here on the black, gold, and yellow brand, ladies and gentlemen. He really is. It seems like the Celtic Warrior has a ton of confidence going into Takeover. While the Celtic Warrior Sheamus has not wasted any time, he's gone straight to the point. He wants Walter to come out here, and Walter is definitely coming out. Walter backs down to no man. Everyone should know that. The leader of Imperium is coming down to the ring, and now he's in the ring right now. That is right, Walter has taken a bunch of European wrestlers and has made them stars. Walter thinks of his Imperium members as family, and he is angry at Sheamus. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is official. These two will compete for the NXT World title at Takeover in your house. It should be a good one. And wait a minute! It's the NXT General Manager, Shawn Michaels. What's he doing out there? There he is. He's coming down. What does Michaels have to say? That's the NXT General Manager. HBK has some breaking news. Oh my gosh! Shawn Michaels has signed two of the biggest free agents on the planet to NXT exclusive contracts. So it is official, ladies and gentlemen. Cody, Dustin Rhodes, and the mystery partner against the Inner Circle in a 6-man tag match at Takeover. Some blockbuster announcements, folks. A 6-man tag match will take place at Takeover in your house, and 2 huge free agents have been signed. This is gonna be crazy. And now Sheamus, wait a minute, a bro kick to Walter. Sheamus just blindsided Walter with a bro kick. And is this what we are gonna see at Takeover in your house? Will we see a new NXT World Champion? That's all we have time for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Good night. I'll see you at Takeover in your house. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.